Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Steps to My True Self. Today, the question is mental sickness of the worst kind. Yeah, let's talk about the sickness in the minds of the beings. Both the disembodied duality consciousness, magnetic beings who are exploring the world as baby consciousness, 100% ego. Also, the mental sickness in the duality beings exploring the world in a body as 50% ego. Let's talk about the mental sickness. Within the consciousness beings, the duality, the disembodied beings, and all of the beings, us, that's we're in the body. We have self of ours, disembodied, who is not in a body, exploring the world. And here we have self of ours in a body. And so what's happened is that because we are prone to mental sickness. And the self of ours in disembodied self, which we call aliens, the gods, the ancestors, some of them are devil, some of them are Satan, some of them are demon. They have all kinds of names when them call themselves because they're playing these roles. All because of the sickness in the mind. The ones with the worst sickness in the mind, they're the ones that become the devil and the Satans and the demons. These are all ourselves. Which one is your self-replica? That's what you need. You need to know that you need to balance yourself so that you can make balance to that self-replica of yours who's out there as a demon, terrorizing others and taking their light. You have to get on this work, and this is what we need to do. This is where all our mental issues come from. They are the ones, they started with the sodomy, the rape, the blood sacrifices, cutting people and taking out their organs and doing all these sacrifices. Needs to stop because they're enslaving the souls, and the time has come when all of this must come to an end. I don't know if I stop conjuring up them. They need to evolve themselves. All of the gods and the demons them and the Satan and the devil them, they need to evolve themselves because you know what? They are you. They are you out there in ignorance that don't know yourself. You want to send them on other people for them rape them sodomize them brutalize them, and go into the body with their magnetic energy and take over them heart and take over themselves. They said propaganda, rumors, lies. They're in ignorance and illusion, and they make up stories. Ignorant self, because what they're exploring the world, 100% ego. They have no awareness of self. No awareness of self. Their light is obscure, and they're nothing awareness of their light. This is why they're doing this. When you're making invocation to them and them calling them, you need to let them evolve themselves because they are in ignorance. They are yourself out there. I had myself that was out there too. Yes, Isis. That was a self of mine that was out there called Isis. That was out there. I have no idea the ignorant stuff she was doing. But I know when it was time for her to merge back with me, she was fighting me. She was fighting me. She did not know that I was herself. She is in ignorance. But the Supreme merged her back into me. And now she's no longer out there for people to call on her to do some ignorant stuff that she was doing. You have your demonic self out there that is doing all of these things and in ignorance. And what you need to do is to wake up. Wake up your sleeping self. Castrate the ego so that your light can shine, so you can balance your mind, because that's what's happening. This is the depression, this is the pain and the suffering that the self is feeling and communicating, that is in bondage and it is in slavery and it wants to be liberated and free, but misunderstand it and going about it the wrong way. Seek nothing outside of yourself. Those disembodied beings, what you call God and deity and ancestors, archangels, whatever you call them, devil, demons, they are yourself. Two of them belong to you. Which one you don't know. So this is the reason why you have to wake up the sleeping self. The self is in agony. The soul is in agony. The soul is telling you it is in slavery. It wants to be boundless and free. They've been keeping the soul in slavery for ages. It's time now. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up the sleeping self. It's time to castrate the ego. This ego has risen up as a false, as an imposter, and this ego need to castrate. When you're going through this depression and them come on and you feel like you want to die, yeah, the ego must die. Know the truth. This is not you that must die. It's the ego. The ego must die for the real self to rise up. Every person coming of age go through this. You don't understand it. You go through this depression. You go through these things. And if you conjuring up beings, it make it worse for you. Don't invoke any beings. No truth is outside of you. The truth is within you. The sleeping self. The soul. The only truth. The soul has split itself and make the baby self. The baby self is sleeping. That's what's animating the body. Because it's sleeping, the ego has risen up as the false self, as an imposter. That's why you have to wake up the sleeping self so you can castrate this ego, and so that the self can rise up and take precedent over the ego. And you will be in balance, because now your light is going to balance the consciousness. But the self that's sleeping, its light is obscure, and you want to get the light to turn on. Time has come for you to focus only on the self. Don't look for nothing outside of you. Know that the reason why you're depressed and having these mental issues is because yourself is in slavery and in bondage by the consciousness has been holding the self in slavery for ages. And now yourself wants to be free. You must face yourself. You must face your demons. Without drugs and all these psychedelic and alcohol, you must face yourself. With yourself, face yourself. Yes, because if you want to know the truth, this is the only way to go. You must face yourself, and you cannot use drugs to do it. You have to face yourself straight up. This is the only way to free the self. And I'm telling you because I have done it. Because I challenge all of them pastor where I feed on a lie, all the pastor them, all the gurus where take on the soul and control in the mind, all the spiritual teachers. Yeah, so I know the truth. I am the liberator and the advocate for all souls. And I'm telling you that the soul is in slavery and the soul is in bondage. And this is why you're suffering all those mental sickness. And you cannot be healed until you wake the sleeping self up and castrate the ego so that your light can shine. And it's going to get worse because the earth is changing, because this world is coming to an end. This world is coming to an end, and the new balanced non-dual world, we will return back to balance. We started out in non-duality. We must return back to non-duality. We've been trapped in this dream for ages. The time has come when this dream must be demolished. Everything that I have created, I demolish it. All demons, all monsters, all Satan, all gods, all uno, me demolish you. All devils, everything, me demolish. I return to my ultimate true state. I am free. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I am free. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return. I return. I return to my ultimate true state. I am primal light, prepared for the world with the identity all set. Daughter of the Self-Supreme, primal light. I am the liberator and advocate for all souls. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth. Thank you.